Hello, my name is Faisal Khan, and today I'm going to run you through Remittance-as-a-Service and a Pro package. And the reason for making this video is for people to understand how the pricing works. So if you go to our Remittance-as-a-Service page and you choose Pro package or the Enterprise package, many people have a little bit of difficulty understanding how these and what these costs are. So I'm just going to explain them to you very briefly. So let's start with it. So the currency is always over here, US dollars. Our fees, that means the fee of my company for providing the service to you one time is $14,000. That's one time. It's success-based. If you sign up, and then that's what you owe. The application fee is $1,000. That's non-refundable. So that means even if you don't sign up, we'll refund this, but we will not refund this amount. The setup fee charged by the service provider or the solution provider who's actually going to provide you the Remittance-as-a-Service platform with the technology and the regulatory stack is $7,500. That's a one-time fee. The monthly recurring cost is $749 for the technology and regulatory stack. It is $500 per month for compliance. So it's total of what? $1,249. The basic ID verification is 50 cents. If you do enhanced ID verification, it's a $1.50 per person. This is usually valid for 12 months. You want to amortize this cost over 24 months. So basically, if you want to find out what the cost of compliance is for a person for KYC or KYB, you would divide this cost by 24 and add it to your cost. The monthly minimum commit is that you have to generate at least $1,000 worth of income for the solution provider, for the person that is providing you with this regulatory and technology stack, for the person, or rather the entity that is providing you with money transmitter licenses as a service. So you have to generate at least $1,000 worth of business for them. Now let's come to the processing part. So you have three options. You have the option, of getting a merchant account, and that is, $1,500. That's the fee. The address verification, and this is, one-time fee that's charged by the merchant acquirer. When you accept and you say, I want to accept debit cards, you can't just accept debit cards. You have to be approved by some merchant provider that is willing to provide you this service. The address verifications is 5 cents. The pre-authorization is 5 cents. Tier 1 banks, the rate is 1.79. It's 50 cents. Tier 2 is 3.99. Even these figures have now drastically been reduced. I think this is now like less than 1%. And this is about, I think, 1.99 or 299. And what does Tier 1 mean? Tier 1 means banks with more than $10 billion in deposits. Tier 2 and Tier 3 are banks with less than $10 billion or $1 billion in deposits. This is a Visa or MasterCard thing, so there's nothing they can do about it. ACH transactions, you real time, if it's available, it's available. Next day is 45 basis points plus 45 cents. Same day is 65 basis points and 45 cents. ACH reject fee is, $15. Bank verification fee is $1.84. Bank check is, so a bank account verification fee is, when you are asking or using Plaid and making sure that they actually have an account verification, that they actually have an account. It's to counter fraud, right? And the balance check is someone is sending a payment out for maybe $5,000. You want to make sure that when they log into the bank account, the balance check at least has $5,000. The reserve requirement is, $10,000. That's mandatory. Obviously, you are renting a license. It's like taking a bicycle or a little scooter on a rent. So you have to give some collateral. And that's the collateral requirement. Pre-funding, of course, since no one is going to fund their own money just to give you a RaaS service, you have to pre-fund. So as per the requirement of the solution provider, it will be there. Chargeback and fraud coverage as per requirement. Typically, this is about 1 day's worth, or maybe $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 that they'll put over here. Pre-funding would be, that would be your limit. And daily transaction would be, 5 times the limit or 10 times the limit, what have you. Credit extension is none. No one wants to work on a credit model. Can we operate on a funds good and settle model? Yes, you can. The ratio of operating limit to pre-funding is 1-to-1. So that means there's no multiplier over there. Customer funds hold none. No solution provider holds on to customer funds. Once processed, they're released immediately after deduction of commission and charges. White label is available for website. Yes. Mobile is also available. Yes. If these are optional, purely optional. By the way, the API services, as mentioned over here, they are the standard offering. This is offered for anyone who takes the service. This is what you're expected to use. You're expected to use the API service and build upon it. But let's say you want a website, sure, it's available. You want a mobile web, sure, it's available. You can develop your own, but if you don't want to develop your own and take one from this provider, yes. And these are the accompanying charges. They're pretty self-explanatory. Website one-time, implementation fee is $5,000. Mobile is $7,500. If you want both of them, it's $12,500. The platform hosting charge will be, from AWS, Amazon Web Services. As per actuals, the website is hosted, and what they would charge for is $749 a month. If you want the mobile app, it's $999 a month. If you want both of them, it's $1499 a month. This is in addition to what you're already paying. The number of initial payout countries allowed is 5. Can you add more? Yes, after 90 days, you can add more. Tri-party correspondent agreements are available. If you don't know what a tri-party correspondent tie-up agreement is, there is a video that I've done on it. And then, again, nationwide coverage is available. Selected states is available. Texas, New York, California is available. Select the states, including Texas, New York, and California is available. Settlement into a Nostro account. Charges would be as per actual if it's $15 to settle or $35 to settle, etc. And then remainder of the information is simply, what sort of, are you crypto friendly? No, we're not crypto friendly. Can a non-licensed entity touch money? No, of course you can't touch money. So this is basically the understanding of the flow of funds, and not the flow of funds, rather what the costs associated would be. One question that everyone asks is, okay, hold on. So there's a monthly cost, yes. And then what's the volume fee? Surely there's a volume fee. Well, the volume fee depends, right? If it's a debit card, then this is the volume fee. If it's an ACH, then this could be the volume fee, or this could be the volume fee. And if it's a merchant discount rate of a tier 2 or less bank, then this is the volume fee. Those fees are as is, and it includes the margin of the solution provider in it. So needless to say, if you are trying to say, oh, you know what, it's costing 4%, oh, it's costing 3%, remember the instrument you're using, remember the risk it poses. By the way, these are debit card transactions, not credit card, because credit card processing is not available due to high risk. A lot of fraud happens and you don't want to be responsible for it. The other thing that you want to understand is a lot of people will, fudge the numbers, and so to speak. I don't like using the word fudge, but they'll use the numbers in such a way. They'll say, oh, you know what? My average transaction cost transfer is $100. If it's $100, yes, this number is going to be very high. If it's $1,000, this number is going to be low. So you have to adjust accordingly. Don't try to make the number inflated just because you're seeking a discount with the solution provider. Remember, the solution provider is providing you with a regulatory stack, which is licensing, compliance, reporting, AML, and the technology stack. You can do it yourself, but then you would have a pretty good idea of how much it would cost to get the whole thing going. If you go to our website, we have something, for training online. There's a remittance quiz that you can do online. There's a comprehensive open source guide on how to start a money transfer business. All this is available on our website. You can go over there and have a look at it. Anyways, like I said, I wanted to share the information over here on what these charges are. As always, if you have a question or a comment, don't hesitate to ask. Till next time, this is Faisal Khan signing out.